Hello campers, well we nearly were. Listen to this, this is an absolute cracker. You're going to love this, right? Now, I went away for you last night, like planned. It's all packed, still have got my tent, everything's still pretty much packed, right? Coach was meant to leave Liverpool last night at 20 to 12. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you my tickets. I'm going to show you where I was going. I'm going to have to now, where I was going. It was quite hysterical, to be honest, at times. It was funny. But anyway, it gets down there. I've got everything on my phone, right? I've got my emails there, right? But don't forget, I've been to Penzance with this. Used it the same way all the time. I do it exactly the same way, right? Can't travel on that, lads. It's a screenshot. What? It's a screenshot. Hello everybody, this is your local National Express enthusiast. Now, I know that they don't let you use screenshots. What I do, I take a lot of screenshots on my phone, so I'm covered. I've got proof that I've bought a ticket. Do you know what I mean? I know you can't use them because it's in their own policy. It clearly says it, and I've known it for ages. That's why when I buy my ticket, I always buy it one specific way. So when he said that he doesn't take the screenshots, he's right. He is absolutely right. We know this, right? Just bear that in mind. Since it's a screenshot, we can't accept it. We need an email only. Really now? Okay. Yeah, well you can't travel. We have to see your email. Like that. They had no ticket machine. No. They had a piece of paper in their hand that were all your ticket numbers on it. Right? Remember that, because it's a killer. Right? So to give it all this, you know, you're not travelling and all that. You said, if you get to Birmingham, you said, they're not going to let you back on the coach. They wouldn't let me on the coach. So I said, mate, everything's on my phone. Are you mental? What's going on? And the driver, the young lad, he lied to me twice, because he turned around and said, oh no, we only accept it now by email. So I said, well, how long's that been going on for? So it's been going on for ages, that. I said, mate, I travelled with you to Penzance in September, so why are you lying through your teeth? But don't forget as well, he also turned around and said to the young fella that my number wasn't on the list. He's also told me that they only take emails. Well, if that's the case then, National Express, and you're telling them that to tell us, why are you charging me £1.50 for an SMM text message on a ticket I've just bought? So here's how they looked at my phone. When I got all the lots of different pages up of my ticket, there's loads on here, I'm going to show you them now. I go, look, it's there, and you go, yeah, no, you can't travel on that, lad. I said, well, look at the bleeding phone. No, that's a screenshot, you can't travel. So I'm waiting for it, and I'm waiting for it, and I'm waiting for it, and then it came out. You always buy a new ticket. I said, all right. Got no ticket machine, mate. Right? So I said, listen, mate, there's my friggin' ticket number. You've got a sheet of paper in your hand. Here's the ticket. I'll come to that. That's a very special bit. That's the killer. That one there's the game over ×2. It's finished. I'd come off the screenshots, I'd gone onto my text messages, and I had the text message, the ticket, ready to show him, and I holded it up in front of them a good few times. No, we don't do the screenshots. And I had to speak to them like this. Will you stop what you're saying, listen to what I'm saying to you, and look at what's on my phone? No, fella, don't do the screenshots. And on we went. I was going the other way for you. Yeah, that's where I was going. So I got my boat ticket. Hey. There's the coach ticket. I don't know if you can see that. Here's the coach ticket. All he had to do was look at that and then see if it matched his piece of paper that he brought out with him. Yeah, you can get on, mate. You're here. He looked down and he went, no, it's not on there, fella. Shit. I said, what? He said, it's not on there. Okay. We'll save that bit. So I let him go to the bits and bobs of what he was doing, because I had them by that point. So he said, no, your name's not on it. Just look at that. You know what I mean? Same as the phone. Yeah, not interested, right? He said, oh no, I can't scan that. It's a screenshot. I said, mate, you've got no bleeding machine. What are you going to do? Abracadabra. And then he went, and he went, I'm standing looking at the pair and going, what's going on? So I said, you've got no machine. So that's why you've got a list in your hands, so you can check the number that I've got. No, I can't do that. It doesn't happen. It needs to be an email. So I was waiting for it, and then he said, well, you can always buy your ticket again. You can't issue me your ticket. And if you're also worried about me leaving Birmingham on another coach because they might stop me, how are you going to give me a ticket to get to bleeding Portsmouth when you haven't got a ticket machine? So let's think of it this way. Let's say, for example, they say, oh, we've got a card reader, you can pay on a card reader. Where does the ticket go to? Your phone. So if that ticket comes back over to my phone after paying a second time, and they're standing next to me, is he then going to refuse me? They can't have it both ways. Don't know when and all this. I said, it's alright, I'll sort it out when I get home online. Not an issue. Not an issue. Because one thing I need to produce for me to get on that coach, right? Please remember that, right? But yeah, I do take screenshots, a lot of people do. But anyway, that's by and by. I knew they won't let you use the screenshot photographs, right? So please remember what I just said, because there's an absolute killer coming up in a minute. When you buy your ticket online, yeah, there's 3 ways of receiving it. Yeah, I always go for an SMS text message which you pay an extra £1.50 for to get your ticket directly onto your phone. Oh shit. So how was my number not on the piece of paper then, mate? Because I wouldn't get that if it wasn't on that. Goodbye. I'd already caught you out lying 3 times. Right there, it's just dropped you out of a job with a bit of luck. That's all you deserve, the pair of you. Right? Now, you wanted me to pay again. How would I pay again with no ticket machine? Will that be cash? Now, everybody, when I came back from the trip with Matt I told you about, when we got pulled up in Wembley coach station, we were actually coming back from the Isle of Wight. You couldn't make it up. We were coming back from the Isle of Wight. Them 2 coach drivers in Wembley saying all the same verbal bullcrap, word for word, as these 2 clowns have just used. It's been 3 years since the Queen died around about. So that particular type of spiel is still getting used internally by the drivers. Right? Exactly word for word. The same excuses were exactly the same. And they had no ticket machine. Both parties refused to look on the list. They refused to look at your phone, and then they want you to pay again in cash. It's a driver scam. Bang to rights. No way out, because it's happened twice. The same thing. Exactly the same. The same verbal voyeur that was coming out of their mouths. Honestly, it was like watching a repeat of a movie. So that's what these drivers are doing. That's what it looks like. I've got the other complaint there. It's exactly the same. Whether National Express know what's going on or not, such a big company, I suggest that they probably would. You know, there's all my tickets from over the last year and that. Right? They just didn't want to look at it. At all. No matter what I had on this phone, they were not interested in looking at it. It was their way only, and their way only was, you have to show us an email or you're not travelling. They can't issue me a ticket, they've got no ticket machine. How can they issue me a ticket there and then if they're not willing to look at what's on the slip? At the ticket that I've already got. And when I come back from the Isle of Wight, the same thing happened. That complaint was upheld because they had no way out of it. In Wembley that day, the fella, these were 2 proper, honestly, they were ridiculous. Even the passengers down there at the time were saying they're a disgrace. They even said to the drivers on the coach, because I got on it in the end, they even said to the drivers, you 2 are a disgrace the way you just treated that fella, meaning me. Yeah. One of the drivers turned around and said to me, go over there and speak to that Kirby. I nearly hit him. I said, mate, I'm 50 years of age, what the hell's a Kirby? He said, him over there. So when I spoke to the Kirby, he went, oh, he walked over to me and said, there's not man much bleeding ticket. Their asses went through the floor, he just turned around and walked off. And that's exactly what these 2 just tried to do to me again. exactly the same, word for word, same situation, same destination, only this time they're doing to me on the way down. What can a man do to go the Isle of Wight without National Express asking me around like this, only for me to have an SMS text message that you pay £1.50 for on top of your fare, so you get your ticket by text. So I never went last night, unfortunately, everybody. Sorry about that. I've got myself a lovely little campsite. I'm going back, don't worry, it's going to be in the next few days. I will go. This will all be sorted out. Nationwide, National Express are normally quite good at sorting it out. They did last time, they were very quick at it. And sorted me out last time, so hopefully they're going to do it again, because it's exactly the same bloody situation. How could they deny it twice? Look at the time difference from the same verbal voyeur bullcrap that came out of them and the reasons why they were stopping me to now. My boat were fully paid tickets. They got caught out because I paid for Matt's ticket on my card, but they let him on. And these two now just tried to stop me off by saying that my ticket wasn't valid to travel because there were no screenshots. If they'd have looked at the phone, that's all it would have took. For them to look at the phone and see that I had the SMS text message ticket sent to my phone that charged me £1.50 to do it. Yeah, the only thing I didn't pay for is my campsite, but that's okay because I was going to stay out one night, wasn't I? So, I'm now talking to lovely Stuart, who has sorted me out a campsite. Not sorting out the campsite, he's at the campsite. Wait till you see this place. Honestly, it's something else, this campsite. It's only small, but there's things there that'll just blow your mind. Honestly, it's so good, and I've got it, I'm in. So when I get this ticket sorted out now from National Express, I will be going back down for you. I've lost out me ferry fare. So National Express, come on. You do coach tours from here all the way to the Isle of Wight and back. So you know, I'm not throwing money around your company for your drivers to then come up and ask me to pay again. You're the biggest national coach carrier in the country, and your drivers can't have a ticket machine. If I got on the 78 coming from town, the bus driver never had a ticket machine, I'd have something to say. Come on. But you give them a piece of paper with all the people's tickets on it, but they're not prepared to look at what's on your phone. If they'd have looked at my phone, they'd have got it off the SMS ticket, wouldn't they? You might have turned around and said, we haven't got a card reader for you to pay on. Just give us the cash, lad. Because they have no valid excuse to do what they done last night. None whatsoever. And I got worse and worse and worse and worse for them. That's why I never argue back. That's why I never like it, because I thought I go off like a bomb machine and crap like that. This is why I don't like ID and all that rubbish. Over the next couple of days, I will be going down, I promise you. But again, you're going to have to give me a bit more time now. Because of, what's a man going to do to go the Isle of Wight? When it happened in Wembley, the fella said to me, your ticket's not valid. I said, mate, I've just travelled up from Portsmouth on the coach. Seems these. So I had a valid ticket, if they'd have looked at the phone. How ridiculous. National Express, make sure your coach drivers have got, you ready? Imagine saying this to a bus driver. Please make sure that your coach drivers have a, a ticket machine. Yeah. It tends to go well with a bus. It makes the wheels go round and round. Yeah, because when you get a ticket machine, your people, they pay money and you give them a ticket and they get on the bus and that makes the wheels go round. Good and bad. Anyway, I'll keep this up to date, everybody, soon enough, but I will be going back down, don't you worry. I'm determined now. I'm determined now to go down for you. So leave it with me and I'll get back to you very soon about it. Joking. Anyway, thanks for listening to me and I'll speak to you all soon. See you later. So the company have told you only tickets through emails. Hey fellas, National Express, can I have me £1.50 back please?